5G networks create a unique business opportunity. It's an innovation network which requires an ecosystem to develop all the elements for success. And to that end, I'd like to welcome Amy Karam to speak about 5G networks. Amy Karam is a 5G thought leader with a great deal of experience, and I'd like to turn it over to Amy at this time. Thank you.
Hi, Tim. Thank you all for the invitation. This is a very important event and one of my favorite topics, of course. And I'm excited also to hear from the innovators that are making 5G happen. So let's dive right in. So let's take a look at where we've come from in mobile communications. So 2G brought us text messaging, 3G brought us the internet, and then 4G brought us Netflix, Facebook, and Uber. And we thought all of that was a really great progression along the generations. But 5G is not just another G, right? It is unique and revolutionary in what it can enable. And while it is the next generation of mobile technology, 5G has become a unique leapfrog of possibilities in the evolution path. So 5G essentially means revolutionary change for 5G adopters. So what can we bring to 5G users in particular, and society in general, with a network that is, as I'm sure you've all heard over and over in a lot of the marketing, 10 times faster, 5 times more responsive, supports 1 million IoT devices per square kilometer, and is ultra reliable. What does that really mean to users? So what it means is that we can bring amazing solutions to communities. We can reduce greenhouse gases with smart traffic systems that leverage video analytics. We can enable electric, autonomous transit systems. And these solutions really cut to the heart of making cities smarter. A lot of us have heard of smart cities. These are some of the ways that the needle has moved in that dimension. So it can bring drone technologies, soil sensors, and connectivity to farms as well. We've heard a lot about agriculture, and that essentially helps make food supplies safer and more secure. We can enable remote diagnostics and virtual care to make healthcare more accessible. And with the COVID-19 pandemic, we've seen an accelerated need for that, right? A critical need. And in the future, of course, we've heard about enabling cars to drive themselves, and Invest Ottawa is a great place to demo that. And I think we're going to hear about that today. So, and of course, the ecosystem is more important than ever in making these unique and revolutionary 5G use cases happen because of the complexity involved. So you don't get revolutionary without a lot of steps in between. But it is important to realize that 5G is really just a journey. It is not a destination. We see a lot of marketing that 5G has arrived, but you know what? We're just getting started. So the network is the fundamental foundation of 5G. It is the highway, right? The smoother, the faster, the wider the highway is, the more that it can be used, and in different ways by different users for different reasons. However, because the possibilities of 5G applications are so unique and complicated, it requires a combination of players in the value chain to really make the use cases happen for users end to end. And that's where startups come in, right? So the ecosystem is essential in making 5G happen. And that's why the innovators, the creators, come in to figure out how the amazing 5G highway can be leveraged across the board. So we see 5G use cases. I'm working at TELUS right now on 5G thought leadership, and we see them happening in 2 phases. 5G as 5G network capabilities evolve. All right, so we have opportunities where 5G will enhance or evolve existing use cases where 4G LTE enables certain applications today. And then we get into the revolutionary use cases once, I call it, once the network becomes 5G full throttle, right? Once all the feature sets are actually in place. But another key factor is of making 5G successful is really the end user approach to figuring out how to capitalize on the possibilities that 5G can enable. So it's really, at TELUS, we're taking a problem solving and an outcomes-based approach. How can we translate the so what relevance of 5G technology into meaningful outcomes for customers? And again, that comes back to the need for partners in the ecosystem to make this value chain happen. So TELUS has had this vision for some time. It's invested in end user solutions like TELUS Health, ADT Security, and more recently you might have heard with the agriculture launch, and thank you, Tim, for your background to reinforce that, as well as AI, et cetera. But in order to continue on this momentum, we are looking forward to learning more about the startups that are presenting here today, as well as others, right? We're combing all the startups, innovators, accelerators, in order to figure out how we can work together and make 5G successful together. So congratulations again on this great event, and thanks for making me a part of it. We look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you so much, Amy. That's fantastic. And I think the perfect welcome to what we're talking about here today, which is people applying what you just spoke about to real businesses and real opportunities out there in the world.